Okay, well what we're going to do is we're going to make a Christmas cake, but we're going to guarantee it's going to be perfect. Now, we cheat a little bit because we buy these sections of cake which are already cooked, and there are 3 modules which we just sit side by side, and then we can marzipan them over, and you would think it's one big cake, but it's beautifully made, so we know it's going to be alright. It's a lot of cakes, you're never quite sure how they're going to turn out. Well, I wouldn't anyway. So there you go, see that? Got a square cake now.
Oh yeah, very good.
We'll get rid of the evidence over here. And now first of all what we have to do is put some marzipan on it. So we buy the marzipan from, in this case, from Waitrose. And we have to sort of roll it out and make it thinner. Right, what we do is just put a little bit of jam over the cake to give it something for the marzipan to sort of stick to. So this is like glue really, but it's not really glue, it's just strawberry jam. Okay,
Jam.
it's just to make it. They do say do apricot jam, but strawberries are right.
Still does the job.
The job, yeah, just right. On the side. And then what we're going to do is put the marzipan as central as we can, and then we stick it all round. Okay? So far, so good. Right, this one's a tricky bit. So we'll just put a little notch there so we know that's the centre. And the centre there. And the best way to transfer something like this is to just roll it on the roller. Like that. And just drag it across. There, like that. Just ease it around a bit. A little bit careful there. And then we just gently tuck it down around the sides, like that. And then we get a sharp knife, and we can just cut off the excess down here. So just pulling that out. This bit down here. So that bit comes out. Okay. And you can just squeeze that in, tighten it into the corner, like a joint. There. So tuck that in there as well. On this side, squeeze that up. And just cut. The last bit, just cut that down a bit. Now, okay, so just squash that all in nicely, and that's the marzipan bit done. Now, next stage will be to ice it. We won't do that tonight. We'll just let this set off so that we can just make sure that's all bonded nicely to the cake. Right, it's a nice little square Christmas cake we're going to have here, and we know it's going to be perfect. It's been made by somebody else. Right, we're going to now do the icing on top of the cake, which we marzipaned yesterday. Just a couple of things that you might want to know is we got some boiling water in a dish here, because sometimes it helps to smooth it out. Also it says that you should do this onto a moistened surface, but we'll see how we get on. So I've got the job now, a bit like with the marzipan, rolling it all out nice and thin. So we haven't kept this in the fridge, so it should have be a bit pliable. Got a little dusting of icing sugar on the surface, so that it ideally doesn't stick. Funny enough, when it gets thinner, it seems to go quicker. It gets spread more.
Yeah. And it gets crinkled.
Yeah. And you want it back to the next sort of roll that a little bit more yet. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
So it did say that it's lightly moistened, so we'll just quickly do as it says, otherwise there's no excuse. It's not going to work then, will it? But just very sparingely putting some water over the marzipan to give it that slightly moistened effect. Okay, so now we transfer the icing, which we carefully rolled out, over to the cake. And then roll it down the other side. Look at that. That's pretty cool, as they say in the business. Then we gently tuck it down around the edges so that we can make sure that it covers it properly. And that's looking pretty good. Right, so now what I'll do, I'll cut off the surface excess, or the excess amount. A knife. Gently easing that away. And this thing back here. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so what we're doing, using a knife which has been dipped in boiling water, and that just helps smooth out those corner edges nicely, so that we've got looking really sort of professional. Well, we are professional really. Oops. He says.
Says I'll do it perfect and then messes up a little
We
bit.
muck it up a bit. We have to muck it up, make it look good. See, that gives a nice smooth edge there. Good. I'll leave it at that before we make it up. Right, we made some separate icing for piping onto the cake from icing sugar, and just put it into a jug and put a couple of teaspoons of water and mix it all up, and then we put this coloured dye in, which makes it blue. Okay, then we've got to get this into our little machine so we can squirt it on the cake.
Messy start.
Oh, it's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy being a master chef. Right, then we've got that in there. We push the plunger in there. And hook.
Oh, it's coming out.
The top of it, right, okay, I expect it to come out actually. Then, that's a case of putting sort of a decorative swirl on it. Don't want this to turn out like that. You remember the last cake we made it all sort of dissolved into the cake, didn't you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's put it do the same. Why not do it this year? Because we didn't buy the icing.